Okay. Here's day 2 of the week of retribution. See, Elliot Rodger, in the past 4 years, we're coming up on the anniversary, by the way. In the past 4 years, he's become an incel icon. If you watched my last video about Elliot Rodger and Alec Massian, or however you pronounce his last name, he idolized Elliot Rodger, and there's also a lot of people in the incel movement who have pictures of, Elliot Rodger, now Alec Massian and Ted Bundy and things like that. Anyway, he really inspired a lot of angry people, and because of that, there are people that will, idolize him and things like that. I mean, Nicholas Cruz, as the story is unfolding, he has a lot of admirers. He's been getting a lot of letters from women and things like that, and not just men, but women. And there was even one guy who wrote Nicholas Cruz a letter saying that he wanted to be a school shooter like him and kill a lot of kids. All of these guys have admirers, and Nicholas Cruz himself admired Charles Whitman and things like that. And Elliot Rodger. But anyway, Elliot Rodger, despite his rather unimpressive kill tally, has become quite influential. There was the yes all women, no not all men. It went well beyond arguments for gun control and things like that. Talking about misogyny and the manosphere and all that stuff. And hell, there's people will fuck around with the name Elliot Rodger just to, promote whatever weird ideology they have. But in any case, I do, they'll say Elliot Rodger was a white supremacist and was an alt-right killer. That is bullshit. You can check out my video and several others about all that subject. But anyway, the whole idea, that Elliot Rodger was political is just pure nonsense. He didn't do it in the name of incels. He didn't do it in the name of the alt-right. He did it in the name of Elliot Rodger. You see, Elliot Rodger only cared about Elliot Rodger, and he believed that he was entitled. Not incels, but he was entitled. And if you read stuff, they want to say he was a men's rights activist and all that stuff, but never in his manifesto did he mention men's rights. Neither did he mention anything like that. He didn't mention men's rights. He didn't mention the alt-right. He didn't do any of that stuff. And it's like he had a few posts on bodybuilding.com and a few posts on Teen Spot, and he was just a rather fucked up individual. It's just that simple. And it goes well beyond his inability to get girls to... Granted, if he had gotten a girl, I think he would have postponed or maybe even canceled his day of retribution altogether. Because it happens all the time. Something good, people are planning to commit a crime, then something good happens to them and they don't commit a crime. But anyway, it's just, I don't think it's a simple answer, because Elliot Rodger was a perfect storm. He was a Category 5 hurricane or a Category 5 tornado. People like this come in all shapes and sizes. I mean, they could be the asshole judge who just likes slapping people with harsh sentences and watch them plead for mercy and then cry when they don't get it. It could be the cop who tickets people for bullshit reasons, who cites people for bullshit reasons, and likes to use excessive force when beating up people. Unruly suspects. And it could be a school administrator who likes to pick on kids. It could be a teacher who likes to pick on kids. It could be an MMA fighter or a boxer who's unusually aggressive, like Mike Tyson or Chael Sonnen or Ronda Rousey. These people come from all walks of life, and they hold all types of professions. including but not not by no means limited to the ones I mentioned. And they do it in a way that they do not go to jail. I've said that before in many of my videos, and I will say it in this one. In any case, Elliot Rodger, even though he wasn't doing it in the name of incels, he was doing it in the name of himself. I bet he would, if he were around to see this, he would relish it. Because he is now a kind of an anti-hero to a lot of people. Me personally, I just think he was just a fucking weirdo. That's why he couldn't get girls. You see, he never attempted to approach a girl. Ever. He never really made an attempt to get a date or sex at all. His social anxiety really got in the way. You can argue whether he had autism, schizoid personality disorder, social anxiety, or what. But the point is it's like people seem to be less interested in what his actual diagnosis was and more interested in what they can do politically, how they can exploit the massacre to further their political agendas. And the media is just having a field day with Elliot Rodger. It simply is. And 4 years later, it's still going on, and he will be one of America's most remembered spree killers, rampage killers, or whatever you want to call them. Again, despite his rather unimpressive kill tally, he will be remembered. In any case, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe.